Hi guys, in this video I want to talk about flow or current in your L-Number Pleco tanks. I will also unpack a new Wavemaker which I have received, and I will install it in one of my Pleco tanks. So there's quite a lot of arguments whether we should have lots of flow in our L-Number pleco tanks, or flow is just something supplementary and it's not really needed by the fish. Well, as you can see in my pleco tanks, I have quite a lot of water movement and quite a lot of flow, especially certainly in this tank down there. There is a really powerful power head inside. Well, this one as well. So I think there's lots of advantages to having high flow in your pleco tanks, particularly because, well, first of all, oxygenation. So this power heads, they provide lots of oxygen, and this is what plecos need, because I have relatively high temperatures in most of these tanks. They're breeding tanks or they're raising tanks, and as much oxygen as I can get is definitely plus in these systems. So extra flow provides extra oxygen, but also I find flow beneficial because this rapid movement of water, it prevents any sort of areas where all sort of dirt accumulates and all sort of uneaten food and all sort of detritus. So everything is basically moved towards the sponges which are connected to those power heads, or towards sponge filters which I also have in the back of the tanks. So I find lots of advantages in having high flow in my pleco tanks. So the more flow I have normally, the better. And today, well, basically I will be doing some replacement of equipment on this tank. Well, it has a really powerful power head, but the problem with this power head, and this is sort of a no-brand power head, is that it consumes quite a lot of power. It is a 35 watt power head, which is quite a lot for this relatively small device. So I will be replacing it with a Wavemaker. Well, obviously I will not be able to use a Wavemaker with a sponge which is attached to this power head, and you would be able to see it from here. But I have a huge sponge filter in there, and I will add another one to the other side of the tank, so the filtration wise everything should be okay. This is my colony of L-333 Hypancistros sidely. It's a breeding colony. There are some juveniles and there are some semi-adults, and you can see tails of several of my males. The females are actually hiding in between the rocks and in between the caves, so they rarely enter, if at all, any caves, which is normal for Hypancistros females. And today we're going to unbox and install this Hygger aquarium Wavemaker, which I will install instead of that power head. And the reason why I want to install this Wavemaker is because it is actually lower wattage. It's only 18 watt, and the power head which I have on that tank is 35 watt. So it's a significant decrease in wattage, but it's actually way more powerful. That pump, well, the power head that I have over there is only 1000 liters per hour, and this is 3400, so it's almost 3.5 times more powerful in terms of the volume of flow, but way more energy saving. I have to make a statement that I have received this Wavemaker for free from Hygger. When I contacted them about any sort of Wavemakers they offered me to send this one for testing. So let's open it up and let's have a look. Well, this product is most likely designed for marine systems, but I will be using it on a freshwater system. Comes with a user manual. This is a controller, LED controller. You could basically get two options. You could get blue color and black color options. I have received a blue one for some reason, but it doesn't really make any difference for me, because over time it will get covered with algae and so on and so forth, so it doesn't matter if it's blue or black. There are two cords from this controller, and so yeah, we have a sticker in here. We have, well, I don't know what that is, I'll figure it out. And we have cable, which looks like a long one, and we have another one which is connected to the actual Wavemaker. So the Wavemaker doesn't look massive, it looks alright. Probably a bit too large for that tank, but because it has a controller, I would be able to control the flow and the rate or the volume of water that moves through this Wavemaker. So I'm not too concerned about it being possibly too powerful, because it is not. It's actually more energy saving than my current power head on that tank. And I have installed the Wavemaker. The magnet actually is very strong and robust, so it provides really stable connection. I haven't figured out yet where I will hang the controller, most likely here. But the problem being, yeah, it comes with a sticker which is likely to be very handy on a flat surface, but this surface is not flat, and I'm thinking that it's not going to attach it properly, so I will probably, well, there is a hole for a nail, and this is most likely what I'm going to be using, so I will just fix a bolt in here or something to keep it in position like this. But for now I'll just hold it in my hands while we're testing it. I'll connect it to power and we'll see. So we're going to power it on. I still need to figure out where to connect it inside the fish room, because all the sockets I have in here, they don't quite fit with that plug. So it is on, and I can see there's lots of water movement. There's quite a number of settings in here. You can apparently connect it to Wi-Fi, which is something that I don't need. It has this night function which operates based on the sensor which captures light in the ambient environment, but this is something I don't need as well. Frequency or volume of waves, it makes sense for marine aquarium, but for me it doesn't really matter. I would prefer waves to be at probably the same level. It has apparently over 20 levels for volume control of the waves, and it can be controlled through this setting. And by clicking it, I've made it, I believe I need to hold it for 3 seconds, and I'm making it a bit stronger. I can see quite a lot of surface agitation in here and quite a lot of water movement. I could make this flow stronger, but I don't think I want to, because I can already see probably more water movement that I used to have with my power head in the back. So this is probably more than enough for me. I can see lots of surface agitation. And actually I agree with Hygger that this pump is very quiet, because I can't hear anything. Obviously it's quite loud in the fish room. It's quite loud in the fish room because of all other power heads working in here, so I can't really hear anything. For me it's 100% quiet device. Maybe if you use it in a completely quiet place, in a room where there's no other equipment working, you would hear something, but I can't hear anything at all. So far I'm quite happy with the way it works, and the first test was successful. Obviously I will need to remove the old power head, and I will need to figure out where to attach it on the wall, most likely somewhere here. But yeah, looks great and seems to work fine. And yeah, just to wrap up this brief video, I think the flow is very important in your pleco tanks, and I am a big fan of Wavemakers, especially quality Wavemakers, because they are quieter, they consume less energy than power heads, and well, obviously they create higher level of surface agitation than many power heads. So it's a win-win on either side. And possibly eventually I will replace all of my power heads with Wavemakers, and the filtration will be done not through the sponges connected to power heads, but through sponge filters operated by air pumps. So it's a combination of air pumps and sponge filters and Wavemakers. This is the plan for future upgrade for my fish room, because as things stand, you can hear that these power heads, they make a lot of noise. Yes, they create flow, they provide oxygen, but actually, well, there's not much water movement. Well, so that's a plan for future, and for now, yeah, obviously I will stick with this sort of filtration, as I don't have that many Wavemakers, and yes, it does work for me, but obviously very noisy and not very energy saving. Okay, so I'll stop this video here, and I hope well, this review of that Hygger Wavemaker will be useful for someone